Hi everyone, I hope you guys are all having a great day. Today I am going to share my thoughts on The Children of Hurin by Tolkien. This book is, it's just beautiful. I have loved it so much. I'm so glad I finally decided to read it. I'm going to start off with a quick just disclaimer. This book is not like The Lord of the Rings. It is not like The Hobbit. This book is a tragedy. So if you decide to read this, you need to know that going in. Okay? That's number one. Number two, I'm going to do a quick just plot summary. This is what this book is about. It's called The Children of Hurin. Hurin is a king back in the day in Middle-earth, and he and some elves and some other men decide they are going to go and fight Morgoth. And Morgoth is a big bad guy. He's the Dark Lord before Sauron, okay? So, they decide to go and fight him, but they don't really realize just how powerful he is at this point, and so they lose the battle. It's tragic, and Hurin gets captured by Morgoth, but Hurin is a brave man, so he does not submit to Morgoth, and he sort of tells him off, he's a little mouthy, okay, and Morgoth gets upset with him and curses his family. And I'm not going to tell you the specific curse because it's really interesting and intriguing, and I don't want to ruin that for you. And so the rest of the story follows Hurin's wife and children. Hurin's son is named Turin, okay, and you're going to follow Turin throughout the rest of the story. And just tragedy ensues. This book is a tragedy. I can't stress that point enough, okay? So I'm not going to tell you the rest of it because that would be spoilers, but I'm going to jump into why I loved this story so much. First of all, it is beautifully written. It has just some great scenes in it that are completely captivating, some beautiful and meaningful friendships that I think you're always going to get in a Tolkien book, or at least I hope you do. And I don't know, so this is written by Tolkien and edited by his son, Christopher Tolkien. And so I don't know who did the bulk of the writing. I don't know if this is mostly Tolkien's work and his son just published it, or if this is like half Tolkien's work, half Chris Tolkien doing his thing. But either way, it's lovely, and I really, really enjoyed it. The characters are really fantastic. Turin, the main character in the book, he's a bit of a handful. His sister and his mom are compelling. Turin's friends are they're just intense, and they love him, but they also, they're devastated by him. Another cool thing about this book is this is a myth of Middle-earth. You hear like a snippet about Turin and Hurin if you've read The Lord of the Rings. I think in the Fellowship, there's like one sentence about these people. And so this is just an epic myth of Middle-earth, which I think makes it unique and really entertaining. And it reads like a myth, which is nice too. So it just has that mythic feel to it. It's also a quick read. It's not that big. And like, I think the last, I don't know how many pages, there's a whole section of an appendix in the back, so it's not even as many pages as you think it is. And it's a side to Tolkien that I've never really seen before because I haven't read the Silmarillion. I haven't tackled that yet. I read The Hobbit, well, most of The Hobbit, I'll be honest. I haven't finished The Hobbit. I've read The Lord of the Rings 2 or 3 times, and I love them so much. And this is just a new side to Tolkien that I'm really enjoying. So if you love The Lord of the Rings, but you can't handle the Silmarillion, this is good for you if you just need more of Middle-earth. Okay? I will say one con for me is that I thought the beginning was a little slow, but that's just my opinion. I was also really exhausted when I was trying to start it, so I was like falling asleep, but that wasn't because it was boring. That was because I had just run like 13 miles, and so, that makes you tired, right? So it did take me a while to jump into it, but after I got into Turin's part of the story, it's just so compelling and beautiful. One other thing that I did like about it is that I really enjoyed the themes in it: family, friendship, and identity. Now, part of Morgoth's curse on Turin really deals with his identity, and Turin struggles with this so much and tries to run from it. And I've been reading a lot of books that seem to make me think about that theme, is identity. Who are we? And Turin struggles with that. I think his sister definitely struggles with that in her own way. And it's just, it's so interesting to think about how the curse affects him and how his life would be different if the curse were different. So I'm going to finish by saying one more time, this book is a tragedy. There are no happy-go-lucky hobbits going on their quests and beautiful adventures. Okay, there is a dragon, but it's not Smaug, so there's that. It's just, this is a tragedy. There are no happy-go-lucky hobbits. There are no feisty dwarves who are also charming. Okay, there is one dwarf, but he's not charming. Okay, and I'm not going to tell you who he is. So you need to know that going into it so that you're not disappointed or heartbroken. You might be heartbroken when you read it because of what happens, but I don't want you to go into this thinking that you're getting a beautiful, lovely adventure story when what you're really getting is a beautiful, heartbreaking tragedy. That being said, I recommend it to anybody who loved Lord of the Rings, who wants more of Middle-earth but isn't ready to jump into the Silmarillion. Take a look at this book. It's totally worth your time. I hope you guys have a great day. And let me know if you have read this. Let me know what you think of it, because I just can't get enough of it. I think it's awesome. Thanks. Have a great day.